A Paris gas station is robbed and a female clerk badly beaten.
I didn't know there was an ex-employee. It makes me even more angry.
Lexington's new police chief is sworn in. He talks to us about his plans moving forward. A man who helped the only survivor of a Western Kentucky plane crash receives an outpouring of support from people who just want to thank him for his good deed.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon to you. Amber Philpott and Jennifer Palumbo reporting a gas station clerk is recovering following a brutal attack during an overnight robbery.
Police say Donna Wisman committed the robbery and beating at the Shell station on Main Street in Paris. We're told she used to work there but was recently fired. WKYT's Mark Barber is tracking the investigation in our top story at 4:30.
The manager of the Shell gas station on Main Street says an employee who they fired several weeks ago showed up again here early this morning. Police say the angry employee was armed with a metal pipe and attacked a clerk. The gas station manager tells us around 1:30 this morning, 36-year-old Donna Wisman walked into the gas station and started beating the woman working the register. Shell employees say that woman, Lisa Eubanks, took a brutal beating. We're told Wisman hit her head, back, and arms with the metal pipe. We're told the clerk finally managed to escape from her attacker by running through a back door. Police say after Wisman took the cash, she took off. Paris police say they caught the 36-year-old hiding on the train tracks behind the gas station. According to management, Wisman was hired and fired a couple weeks ago because they say she let several people drive off without paying for gas. Shell managers say they don't know if this violent attack was directed at them or meant for Eubanks. We're told the mother of two has been released from the hospital, but coworkers say her back and arms are badly bruised. They also tell us she has several staples in her head.
Just plain vicious and mean. There's no sense for any type of violence like that in this today's world.
Wisman is charged with first-degree robbery and assault. She refused to talk to us from the Bourbon County Detention Center. In Paris, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Police tell us they're still reviewing the surveillance video that captured the violent robbery.
A Letcher County man has died after being involved in an ATV crash. Family members went searching for 76-year-old Cooley Baker after he had not been seen in several hours. They found him less than a mile from his home along an old logging road near the Isom community. The ATV had overturned, trapping him underneath. The Letcher County coroner, along with Kentucky State Police, are both investigating that death. Investigators think someone is intentionally setting fires across Lexington. Firefighters responded to two different dumpster fires overnight, one at Nicholasville Road and West Lowry, the other on nearby Malibu Drive. A fire captain at the scene says both fires could have done a lot of damage. The fire was started close to a building and the other was under some power lines. Fire officials say there have been other dumpster fires recently in Lexington as well. Well, it has been a messy day out there with many of us seeing rain to start our work week.
And it could turn slick in some spots later tonight. Let's get a first look at the forecast from Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Chris?
Yeah, you mentioned it well. On the ugly side today, just kind of messy, dreary, had the ice into parts of the region last night. We're going to try to do it all over again tonight. Freezing rain advisory is out for much of eastern and southeastern Kentucky, especially it's all the counties that are shaded in the pink here for at least the potential for some freezing drizzle, if not just out and out light freezing rain. And again, it only takes a little bit of ice to potentially cause some serious issues in terms of travel. We found that out in some cases the hard way last night into parts of eastern Kentucky. Live First Alert Defender showing a little bit of precipitation across the east. Throw the temperatures on there. Still 40 into Jackson, but notice the 30s that are creeping in from northwest to southeast, and eventually those thermometers will continue to drop below freezing as we go into the latter part of the evening. Put everything in motion. Yes, the steadier precipitation, the steadier rains now beginning to pull on out of town, but it's the low-level moisture that will give us that chance for a bit of a wintry mix tonight. Could be slick for the morning drive into parts of the region, not just because of what is falling from the sky, but because of the wet roads with temperatures going toward 20 degrees. We may see things begin to ice up, especially on those untreated roads. Then a little deeper into that extended forecast, some changes that many folks may like. 7-day outlook in less than 10 minutes.
The Lexington Police Department has a new leader. New Chief Mark Barnard was sworn in this morning. WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us the ceremony.
A 28-year veteran of the department, Mark Barnard says he is both honored and humbled to be sworn in as Lexington's new top cop. In his first official day as chief, Barnard took the oath of office given by Mayor Jim Gray and discussed his plans moving forward.
Our vision for the agency is to continue moving forward with what we set in place with the foundation. The changes that we make are going to be changes to move forward with what the community wants us to do.
Chief Barnard says in addition to arresting suspects, he wants the department to increase its focus on helping crime victims.
One of the goals we'll be doing is expanding our victims advocate offices, working with the Commonwealth and county attorneys, making sure them smooth transition into the criminal justice system and helping them along, because I think we forget about victims a lot.
Goals for a position of leadership he says he never considered until later on in his long career in law enforcement.
I'm proud just to be a police officer, and it was an accomplishment for me in doing some of the things I've worked with within the agency. I loved investigations, I love special operations, I love patrol, I love those parts of the job. And this is really an accomplishment that you never really dream of, but you always work towards.
Barnard is taking over for Ronnie Baston, who retired as chief and will become Lexington's new public safety commissioner. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Chief Barnard says he's already been in meetings to fill department vacancies. He says a new assistant chief, 3 commanders, 5 lieutenants, and 5 sergeants will all be named in the coming weeks. Lexington recently re-elected a mayor for the first time in more than a decade. Mayor Jim Gray is the first mayor in 15 years to get a second term in Lexington. Following Mayor Jim Gray's inauguration this month, WKYT sat down with him to talk about the past 4 years and his next term. Gray says the city is in a position for a lot of growth in the coming years.
Lexington is emerging on the national scene as a great city. We're the 61st largest city in the country today. We have to remember that. It's almost we have to pinch ourselves and say, you know, we've really grown up. You know, we've become a city now.
Amber is in the newsroom with more on this story that's coming up tonight on WKYT News at 6. Amber?
Jennifer, thank you. You know, Mayor Jim Gray is a real approachable guy. So you sat down with him a number of topics, and one of them focused on some fixtures that a lot of us see all the time downtown.
Of course, the old courthouse, for instance, that's been a passion of his for a while to renovate it. Well, he talks to us about his plan to get that done. Also, 21C, the new museum hotel that's going in. He actually gives us a date that that's supposed to be up and running, and it's this year, surprisingly, for some people.
Sure.
Also, what's right near to it, adjacent to it, Centerpoint, he touches on that, the continuing issue in Lexington.
Everybody wants to know about that. A lot of cities across the country have been raising the minimum wage, and you talked to him about that as well.
Well, you know, Louisville recently did to $9 an hour, and he talks to Louisville's mayor a lot, and he said, you know, he's heard it come up in council conversations recently, so he would expect it to be something that is hit on in the next coming months, so that'll be something to look forward to.
Mayor Gray is a guy that's out and about at almost every single event. He's really into arts, real into the history of this city.
And it's really interesting to see how much that goes into his daily thinking. He talks a lot about, you know, if you don't know your history, you're not going to be able to move forward. And he talked about artists and how they're forward thinkers and very futuristic and how important that is to be a part of the city. So it does go into his everyday thoughts. He talks about waking up every morning and the first thing he thinks is, how can I do better what we did yesterday? So very interesting sit-down conversation with him.
All right, a lot more to come from Miranda and Lexington Mayor Jim Gray coming up tonight at 6. Jennifer?
Thank you, Amber. Larry Wilkins opened his door to the 7-year-old survivor of a Lyon County plane crash. 4 members of the girl's family died in last weekend's crash. And now Wilkins is hearing from people around the country who are thanking him for what he did. Juliana Valencia has more on the outpouring of gratitude.
Thank you.
This cup of joe is on the house. A lot of strangers are saying thanks to Larry Wilkins.
Once in a lifetime experience for me, and God, I hope it don't ever happen again.
A tragic experience, opening his door to a bloodied and bruised 7-year-old girl asking for help. Sailor Gutzler lived through a plane crash that killed 4 family members in the woods near Wilkins' home.
Her struggle just now beginning.
He says all he did was open a door, but since he's opened it, gratitude's been pouring in.
I've done nothing to deserve anything like that, you know.
Letters from across the country.
That one's from Pennsylvania. This one's from a little lady in Connecticut, 93 years old. Says she got 9 children.
Someone from Indiana sent him a $200 gift card to this restaurant. Even his 2 dogs, Bonnie and Pete, are getting attention. A man in Arizona started a chain email to send them treats for being heroes. Their barks got Wilkins to the door.
Do you think that that what she'd been through, scared that she'd have pounded on that door like a madman that you barely knocked.
It's the pups that helped Sailor feel safe.
Both of them went right to her. She said that was a real comfort.
A feeling he hopes Sailor doesn't forget, because he'll never forget her.
Come on, come on.
College football crowns a new champion tonight. We'll have a preview of the matchup between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks next.
A little bit of light precipitation still out there. Some of that may be in the form of freezing rain and drizzle tonight. We'll break down who has the best odds of seeing some frozen stuff right after the break.